What's going on, everybody? In today's video, we'll be discussing part 1 of a 3-part series, The Pathway to Homeownership. Maybe you're on the fence of thinking about buying a home. Maybe it's your first time trying to buy a home. Maybe you didn't know the steps. Well, please stay tuned. You definitely don't want to miss this one.
Before we get started, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications whenever we share a video.
What's going on, everybody? It's Maurice.Williams here from RE/MAX Elite. Yes, RE/MAX. I want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I hope that you watched the previous videos. It brought you some value. Also, thank you so much for the comments. The comments were great. We had a great debate down there. I was able to answer a lot of questions. People asking about the process of home ownership, which sparked this video for today. So again, please, thank you so much. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for subscribing. I truly appreciate it. So let's discuss why we're here today. We're here to discuss the pathway to home ownership. What is the path to home ownership? I broke it down into 3 parts, and in today's video, we'll start with part 1, how to become eligible. The next video will be the process of looking for a home, the stress, the ups and downs, to identifying that home that you can call yours. And then the last video of this 3-part series will be after you get the accepted offer to closing that deal and sealing that deal, getting the keys to your home. Let's get into today's video. What's the process of becoming eligible to buying that home? It's credit. Getting that credit to move in the right direction, which is up, if it's not already there. Let me start with myself. My credit was here. Now my credit is here. So I'm gonna give examples today of how I got my credit from down here to up here. I can't say what I did was the perfect way, the best way, the right way. However, it put me in a position to ultimately buy that first home. And now I want to share those steps with you. And remember, before we move forward, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like, hit that bell to get notified every time I post up new content. So let's start with the obvious. Paying your bills on time. You want to pay them on time. You don't want to incur late fees. You do not want to give these companies, these rich companies, more money than they already have. And you definitely don't want to be 30 days late. You don't want these companies reporting to the credit bureaus that you're 30 days late, knocking down your score when we're trying to get that score up in the right direction, get it above 700. Because trust me, it's doable. I'm gonna show you examples of how I was able to pay my credit cards down from way up here. High balances, got them below 30% of the balance to where my credit score started to go up in the right direction. And I eventually got these cards down to a 0 balance to where now I use these cards daily for my everyday purchases. I became disciplined. So check out what I did to get a 0 balance and to get my credit score moving in the right direction. So let's take a look at this chart, right? We have 4 cards here. We have Amex, Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. Let's say the balance combined on all these cards is $11,000, right? That's the balance combined. Make numbers easy so it's easy to follow. We'll say American Express is $3,500. We'll say Visa is $3,000. We'll say the MasterCard is $25,000, and we'll say the Discover is $2,000. So I believe that equals $11,000. So now let's say the APR, the interest rate on these cards. The Amex we'll say is at 25.9%. We'll say the Visa is 24.9%. We'll say the MasterCard has a rate of 19.99%. And we'll give Discover 16.9%. So let's say every month the minimum balance due on these cards is $200. So monthly minimum $800 is due. So let's say every month you was making a payment of $300 each card. So monthly you're spending $1,200. You're spending $1,200 a month trying to pay down these balances, and it seems like these balances aren't going anywhere. You're paying, and you look at it, it's still there. You can't gain traction. You can't dig yourself out of that hole. So instead of paying the $300 on each of these cards, you will pay the minimum on the first 3 cards as opposed to this $300. We'll cross those out. And now you take that extra $100 that you would spend on those cards and you apply it to this first card with the highest balance and the highest interest rate. You would want to attack the card that has the highest interest rate first, because that's the card that's probably not going anywhere. But in this example, the highest interest rate also has the highest balance. So now instead of paying $300, you're paying $600 per month until that balance is gone. And the other cards, you're paying the minimum balance. I know it's not good to pay the minimum balance. However, in this example here, it'll work out in your favor. Trust me. So once you pay that $600, you keep paying it until this card is completely eliminated. Now you're down to 3 cards. You take that same $600 and you add it to that $200. And now you're paying this card $800 a month until that card is gone. Then you take that same $100, you keep applying it. That $800 now goes to this $200. Now you're spending $1,000 until that card is gone. And then now you're giving this card $1,200 until you're no longer in debt, until you got rid of those cards. The next strategy that I've used is, let's say you down to 1 card, maybe 2. You could make bi-weekly payments, paying twice within the statement balance. That credit card is now going to report to the credit bureau, hey, this person is paying twice a month. The credit bureau will score you higher. You'll start to see your score go up quicker. So you're making multiple payments, plus you drop that balance under 30%, and the goal is to get it all the way down. Now you're no longer in debt, you have a higher credit score, and you have more cash in your pocket that you can save. You can treat yourself for paying down that debt, buy yourself a nice gift, buy your loved one a nice gift, or just save and continue to save until you can get that dream home. Another strategy that I used once I got the bills down was I started applying for more luxury cards. I started applying for cards that rewarded me for using their cards. Welcome bonuses, different things like that. So I applied for American Express. I applied for the Chase Sapphire. I went after cards that rewarded me. Doing the things I do daily, getting gas, going to the supermarket, going out with my friends, paying my bills. When you go to the cell phone store, they say you want to set up an automatic payment. Yes, you should. Put it on the credit card that has the rewards. So I pay my cell phone bill, I pay my cable bill, I pay the car insurance, I pay my gym membership, and I pay the alarm company. Anybody that will let me make an automatic payment and put it on my card, I'm paying them. Remember, you have to stay disciplined. So it stops you from having to pay 4 or 5 bills a month, and you just pay the 1 bill. So you don't forget, oh, I forgot to pay the cable. Whatever the case may be, it gives you that paying just the one bill. Also, I use my credit card more like a checking account. I swipe that card everywhere. However, I stay disciplined. I don't go over my budget. I kind of stay where I know every month this is what I normally spend. In the beginning, I was writing everything down. I had a list of all my bills, how much I was spending, and I became real disciplined. And after a while, I no longer had to write it. I just do it. So I recommend in the beginning, writing it down. I'm telling you, it helps. At the end of the month, when the bill is due, you're gonna pay your bills plus whatever you spent during the month. And now you rewarded yourself just for doing the things that you normally do. And some way, somehow, I can't explain it. I feel like at the end of the month, I have more money. And you always got to keep cash because there are still places that don't accept cards, like your barbershop, different places like that. So remember, always keep cash on hand. Always keep cash in your checking account. Always keep something. Don't overspend. But remember, stay disciplined. Now you use your card and you look at your checking account and you got a few extra $1,000 in there. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna buy me this or that. No, stay disciplined. It'll help you in the long run. I like the American Express because it helps me stay disciplined because I know I have to pay them that statement balance every month. My other cards, I pay the statement balance, but if there's a month where money is kind of tight, something came up because it's life, things come up, I can not pay them the whole statement balance and then come back and make it up later, but I really try not to. I always try to pay that statement balance. I try to remain disciplined and keep it like that. Another thing of getting in the habit of doing is checking that credit report every week. Going on to sites like Credit Karma, Wallet Hub, Chase has a place where you can check your credit score. Discover has it. Most of these credit cards now have it where you can check your credit score. Check your credit score. Check it weekly. See what's going on in there. Make sure you're paying your bills on time. Make sure you see that they document that you're paying your bills on time. Make sure nothing opened up that you wasn't aware of. And if it did, call them up right away. Hey, listen, I didn't open that account up. It saves you the headache. It saves you the drama in the long run. So check your credit score every week. I'm telling you, it is valuable. In the beginning, you may not want to, but once you start seeing that score going up, you're not gonna be able to wait till next week to check that score again and see what's going on in that and see if more points came in. And one of the last things I want to discuss in this first part of the series is saving money. Saving money is huge. Me personally, I like to transfer money. I like to pay myself first. I recommend paying yourself first. When you get your paycheck, most people are like, oh, I got to pay this bill, pay that bill, do this, do that. No, take some money out. Take 10%, 20%, whatever you can afford. $100, $50, $20, whatever you can afford. Put it into a savings account. What I do, I have an automatic transfer. So as soon as I get paid, that direct deposit hit, they're already moving that money and moving it to my savings account. If you really want to get savvy with it, get another bank account. Put the card up somewhere, hide it from yourself, and transfer it from one bank to another automatically and forget about it. And then you check that account in a couple of years, you're like, wow, you'll be surprised. It'll be a few $1,000s sitting at an account. And it's going to be found money at that point because you're going to get used to living without that money. You get a raise in your job, increase how much you're giving yourself. It works. I still do it to this day. It's a phenomenal thing. And when owning a home, you need that rainy day money just in case something does happen, or you use that credit card to get points and pay that credit card back with that rainy day money. And if you're looking to buy that first home, that can also be a source where the down payment comes from. Because buying a home, you have to come up with some type of money. Conventional loans, 20%. FHA programs, 3.5%. But remember, the least amount of money you put down, the more your monthly mortgage is going to be. So you want to try to put down as much as you can, but still leave some money in the reserves for a little updating of the house, or whatever little things you got to do, plus that rainy day fund, God forbid something happens. And don't think about that down payment as a loss, like you just spent your money. Think about it as you put it into a savings account. I don't look at it as an investment. I look at it as a place where you parked your money. You parked your money, you kind of put it into a savings account, and you left it there, you kind of forgot about it. The house that's yours, that's your primary residence, you're paying the bill every month, is not an investment. An investment is something that pays you every month. You're actually paying this bill. However, when it's time to sell that house, if you put down 20%, you're looking to get back, depending on how long you live in your house, more than that 20%. So you're kind of saving money, you're building money, but I don't look at it as an investment. I look at it as more like you just kind of parked your money for a little bit. You don't have access to it at that moment unless you take out a home equity line of credit, refinance, take some money out, things of that nature. And one of the last things I really want to touch on when it comes to savings is retirement accounts, 401k, 457s, whatever your job offers. I think we should take full advantage of it. Try to put as much money as we can into those accounts. We're young, we're youthful, we don't think about 40 years down the line, and before you know it, you blink your eyes, 40 years is here, and you're still working, and you're still doing things that you don't want to do. These are things that I use to help me dig myself out of a hole. Somebody came and gave me this information. I did a lot of reading, I did a lot of research, and I'm just trying to pay it forward and give the people out there the same tools that was provided to me, and educate and help as many people as I can. So please, if this video brought you value, if it just helped you, if it motivates you to start trying to get rid of certain things, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to comment down below if there's something else that you use, a different strategy that can help other people get going in this race and trying to get down this debt on the course to home ownership. Please share that knowledge. And I really can't wait to the next part of this series to get into the process of now trying to identify that home. So until the next one, I can't wait to see y'all there. Stay safe out there. Practice your social distancing. Don't forget to wear that mask. Keep yourself and the family safe. And I'll see you on the next one, and I'm out. And I lost my light.
Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications whenever we share a video.